Welcome to Fortune Cookies Tarot. Those of you that have followed me for any length of time know that I stay away from true crime because psychically it just kind of sticks with me a little bit longer than I'd like it to. And I leave that to my other friends like Alicia Wicker, who has a great channel, does a lot of true crime and conspiracy on there. But diving in today, Casey Anthony resurfaced. I had small children when the whole Casey Anthony situation came up. And I know one of the things is that she kept saying her child was in the care of someone else who had kidnapped her child, Kaylee. And I would have been frantic. And she just did not seem like she was that frantic. That was very, very damning for me. So, those of you that are unaware of the case, her child was missing for some time. She abandoned her car. There was a horrible smell coming from it. Her mother even said it smells like someone died in there. Ultimately, they found this poor baby buried in the backyard, a bit into the woods, and Casey Anthony blamed it on being essayed by her father. Her father was in law enforcement, and that the baby had accidentally drowned in the pool. They didn't call any authorities, and her father bullied her into disposing of her child in this wooded area. There's all kinds of other stuff. I'm not going to go into the details of the case. It's just really awful, awful, awful. However, Casey Anthony has resurfaced now as a legal advocate. She has a Substack, and she did, I guess it was a social media video telling people that she was thrust into this position. No, Casey, you showed back up. None of us want to hear from you. I'm just saying, I'm going to be really hardcore about this. So even Gypsy Rose Blanchett has made some comments about this and said that Casey Anthony has no business becoming a legal advocate. That's how she's billing herself for women, LGBTQ. It's very, very strange. So let's do this. We're going to take a look at how this is going to impact her. We'll be right back. Okay. Had to do a brief pause there because my system shut down and I lost all my questions on my Word document for this reading. So we're going to have to wing this one, unfortunately. So Casey Anthony. First question, I'm going to bring up the card view. Please like, share, and subscribe. It's going to be a tough reading for me. So does she feel any remorse? Actually, let's just get like a baseline on her. Let's get a baseline. Okay. What kind of person is she? Oof. I don't know what to make out of this. We have great joy and distractions, and she keeps going back to the celebratory moments of her life. Page of Pentacles in the future. This is immediate future. This is not going to work. Under the surface, I think she has regrets about this, about what she has done. But she didn't want to be a mom. This is what she wanted. She did not want to be a mom. And I don't believe she has any other children. So, why is she doing this? Why is she crawling out from... I'm not going to be kind on this, guys. Like, usually I try and be really kind. Why is she crawling out from under the rock from which she was living in? I don't think that she has any other thing to do with herself. I don't know if she works. I don't know who would hire her. It's a little bit difficult. Like, would you hire Charles Manson? I do put her kind of on in a very specific category. Susan Smith. There's the other one. She was from New Jersey. I can't remember her name. As a mother, that action is a non-negotiable. It is not something that you can do. So it is certainly something that someone should not do. She is trying to find a place of importance in the world. She's also saying that she is a women's advocate and an LGBTQ advocate. So I do think she's trying to tap into a perceived marginalized group, perhaps women that are in the LGBTQ community that have been troubled with situations in law, encountering the law. She's trying very much to find a community that will accept her, a community that will understand her. If you have seen this case, she was dancing at a hot girls contest in a bar, probably the day after her daughter died. And there were pictures of her drinking and cavorting and having a good time. Even if your child had been kidnapped by a nanny and you weren't entirely upset about it, I don't know. I don't know how you do that. So I was a single mother. It is not easy. She had parents that were helping to take care of her child. I did too. Like, I'm not saying that, but this is a desperate, I shouldn't say desperate, it's a calculated move to try and become part of a community. Is she going to say that she's part of the LGBTQ community? I think she will. I think she's going to say that she's either bisexual or she's a lesbian or something like that. Again, she may tie it back into the essay that she purported her father had done, and that's why she was so easily motivated by allegedly him telling her to get rid of this baby in the woods after she allegedly drowned in the pool. I think she is using marginalized groups and information that she has to offer up this help. Now, is she anywhere near skilled to do this? Now, to be sure, like, I will do readings on court outcomes for some of my clients, or some of my clients want to ask about real estate or investments. And I always tell them, I'm not an investor. I'm not a real estate expert. I am not anything. I'm not a legal expert. This is the energy that I see. I'm just reading what's out there in terms of energy. Do what you will with this, but make sure that you talk to your professional. So if someone asks me for investment advice, I always tell them, make sure you talk to your broker. See what's going on. We can kind of see what's going to go on with a particular company or a particular stock, but I always tell them anything can change this. If we get a really great reading on the widget factory, but then the widget factory blows up 3 months later, you're not going to see a return on that investment because the widget factory is broken. So, does she have any ability to be a legal advocate? Does she have any ability to do this? Is she any kind of a resource? Let's move that over here. So it's more experiential. She can tell people how to manage themselves during a trial. But does she give great advice that will make or break a case? No, I don't think she does. I think she hearkens to her experience with national or worldwide PR. I think it was worldwide negative PR. Um, this is troubling because this is the assertion of innocence. I think every person that she encounters will be uh, counseled as though they were innocent. And I think that that is a leftover from her experience in the court system. Up here, this is a foolish endeavor. She shouldn't be doing this. This could potentially get her into some trouble here and here, certainly here. Um, this is the effort to do this. So she wants to be someone who is important, who has a purpose, who has the ability to change lives. There's one life she could have changed. One of the things that I found so disturbing was the picture of Kaylee looked a lot like my daughter as a baby. Those big brown eyes. Beautiful little girl. So what is all of this? What is all this? Trying to get away from her reputation that was poor, trying to set a new path in order and heal her own heart by helping people and offering them the skills that they need to make changes based on her experience. And one of the things that she's going to say is the law is not on your side. She is going to say that the law is not on your side. You have to be prepared that the law is not on your side. The law does not believe you. She's going to say that in America, you're innocent until proven guilty. She is an example of that. But she is going to counsel some of these people as a legal advocate, saying, you have to be prepared for everything and anything to turn against you, even your own family. So I think that this is a lot of leftover from her experience. She will be promoting that. So how's this going to work out for her? I'm not doing the yellow brick road for her. How is this going to work out for her? How is it going to work out for her? She's going to be on her back foot a lot of the time with this. I think that she will have some trouble with some of the people that she is going to be counseling or giving legal advisement to. Not legal advice, but advisement. Um, I do think that she has some academic understanding of how the legal system works based on her experience and based on some academic work. I believe that there's an attorney that she kind of bounces ideas off of. I don't know if that is a professional or personal relationship, but this acquired knowledge, let's put it that way, really is from another individual. She kind of bounces ideas off them. She's gonna step outside of her ability and her um, actual ability to be responsible for people. She's going to do that. She's going to advise beyond that. I just recently had an experience with someone that I know that was giving legal advice online. They're not an attorney, and they were advising people online on a podcast that they started. And I think that that is something that you have to be very, very careful about. Um, you know, A lot of people ask me, should I sue? Should I? And I say, no, it's really up to you. You have to talk to a legal person. I can tell them what the other person's disposition is. I can tell them what their information will yield, but I can't really say, yes, you should do this. I never tell anyone, leave your husband, leave your wife. She's terrible. Quoting Donald Trump. And I think that she has to be very, very careful about how she advises people, because I think she could get herself into a lot of trouble. And I think that is not legal trouble, but it is personal trouble. She's going to be dealing with people of a certain quality. And I think some of those people could potentially be very upset about the way things went for them. So I think she has to be very, very careful about that. Will this be an abandoned practice? Yes. Eventually, she is going to slink back under the hole that from whence she came. What's this pathway to going back? So, that's weird. There's going to be some kind of weird endorsement that she gets from somebody. It's going to be like 1-800-GET-LAW or something. There's going to be some kind of endorsement that comes as a result of this. And is that I don't know how Substack works, if you can get sponsors, but there's some kind of sponsorship that's going to happen here. That's something that's going to happen. So I think eventually she shuts her mouth and kind of sells the branding. Ugh, yuck. All right, so let's look at ultimately how the gods judge her. Death and taxes, they were coming for us all. And at some point we have to answer. The Hierophant, not pleased. Seats of power, you guys know I read it that way. Ace of Pentacles, the Chariot, Three of Cups, Five of Wands, fiery, 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 and the Hermit. So, I feel one of Dante's levels. Hierophant, not pleased, not recycling her. Moving on to a place of displeasure with conflict and confusion. Here's the Hermit. So is she going to be frozen in ice with, burning feelings? Wheel of Fortune. Yeah, there's going to be a punishment period on this. And I think that is for the gods to sort out. I don't think any of us would be unhappy about that, but it is what it is. So, you reap what you sow. You can ask for forgiveness, but you reap what you sow. This is why I don't like doing true crime. So hopefully this won't stick with me for the rest of the day. I'm going to make some vegetarian chili. I'm going to make some garlic soup. And I have an absolute mountain of laundry in my kitchen right now. And I still have a mountain in Angus's room. And Greg has a mountain next to his bed because he refuses to use a hamper. So I didn't enjoy this. I'm not going to ask you guys if you enjoyed it, but let me know what you think down below. I like that last spread. I'm glad that, there's some just desserts coming for this individual. But there's always time to try and correct that path. And perhaps she is trying to correct that path and give some back for her tremendous, tremendous folly. Thank you so much for watching. Tomorrow, we're going to be talking about JFK or RFK Jr., not JFK. We're going to be going into some more calm stuff, not quite so intense. But I am going to take a selenite bath in a few minutes. So I hope you guys have a great rest of your day. Shake it off. We don't need to take this into the future with us. Thank you for watching.